My name is Annette LeMay Burke, and I am a fine art photographer out of San Jose, California. I chose to become a photographer because I think it's a great blend of art and technology, especially with digital photography right now. I've always had a camera, even as a child, and I just like showing the way that I see the world. I'm really inspired in photography by the landscape and the landforms. I grew up in the Bay Area, so I feel very connected to the land. When I was a kid, my parents' house was up on a little hill so we could look out over the bay. And then I was trained in geology, usually Berkeley, and so I've always been critically looking at the landscape, and I think that comes through in my photography. So the work that I have here is from a series called Fauxliage, Disguised Cell Phone Towers of the American West. And I first became interested in these towers, I don't know, maybe the early 2000s. They just started popping up everywhere, and initially I was just amused by their whimsical look. I didn't think the disguises were too effective. I could totally tell what they were. And this eventually turned into a series really kind of questioning this manufactured landscape, this fake nature that is presented to us, and what we want to exchange for our connectivity for this. We all want 5 bars on our phone, but is this the landscapes we want to see? So this piece is in the Bay Area. It's at the Rodeo Marina. And the tower's there. The peacock just happened to walk by that day, so that was good. And his shape is really reflected in that recycling bin and the tree. The middle one is in Arizona. So these cell phone towers have various disguises. A lot of them are trees, but sometimes they are flagpoles or church crosses. The saguaros are probably one of my favorites. They really go to a lot of effort to disguise them. And the other one is behind the Stanford campus, up near the dish. And that is a newer one, but it has a kind of has a hula skirt vibe to the disguise or fake Christmas tree. And I also came out with a book in 2021 of the series of these. One of the things that I really enjoy about being a photographer and the genre of photography that I've chosen is this ability to travel looking for the images. And I've really embraced that. Even as a kid, we were always on road trips, so it seemed natural to drive around looking for these. So this series was all in the American West. I traveled to 10 states for it. And I enjoy the travel, but I really enjoy the time by myself and really getting immersed in the photography and the creativity and showing what I want to show through the images. I feel like I've been inspired by a lot of different photographers. You know, Ansel Adams did so much in the West, and it's hard to overlook him, but also like Edward Bertinsky, who takes photos of a lot of natural disasters or calamities that are man-made caused. He has this ability to make them look beautiful, and I think that's one of his hooks to get you to look at him. Richard Misrach does the same thing, uses beauty to get you to look at the photos, and then there's a little more to them. So I hope I've been able to do some of that. I also like to use humor in them. I mean, this series kind of has a little humorous underlying to it. So this is another series called Memory Building, and these were all taken at my childhood home. My parents lived there from their wedding day to their deaths, so about 60 years. And after they passed away, I was left with their photos and slides, which were very well organized. So I went through them and found images that were taken at the home and then projected them on the surfaces and rephotographed the scene. So this is talking about the memories that we all had there, and also kind of this bittersweet goodbye to the home and my parents. So this is my father at the front door. You can see through the house. There's a view of the Bay Area there. And this is another one of my parents, the year that Snuggies were popular. So they're fighting over the remote control. And it's projected in the empty living room where there was once so much activity. So this series, it was some kind of solace dealing with my grief for sure, but it was also this connection to place that I have. You know, it's the land, but also this specific location.